Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. In this video today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at DSLA. This is a project that I absolutely love, but yet do not get the opportunity to talk about it too much because it's quite, well, a little bit unknown. I'm going to first of all go through what it is and why I like this so much, and then of course go through some of the technicals of what's been going on most recently with the DSLA protocol. So if you find this useful and informative, then hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then do subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here. Right, with that said, done out of the way, let's get into a little bit of what DSLA is and why I think this is really important. So the DSLA protocol helps people to avoid losses associated with service interruptions and lags via a crowdfunding liquidity pools, automated SLA contracts, and insurance. So DSLA protocol features several things. In short, the DSLA protocol provides the following features. DSLA provides prediction markets. DSLA users can swap coins whilst the risk is tokenized and can be controlled via the platform's functionality. Tokenized risk can become a subject of leveraged trading. There are futures markets on the DSLA platform, thus people can trade, making short and long positions. Tokenized expectations associated with up-and-coming product releases and other things. Earnings via staking DSLA coins, creating new SLAs via the DSLA platform. So those people whose platforms are yet to manage their risks via DSLA can still rely on centralized SLAs solutions, will be able to finally actually benefit from the DSLA protocol and the advantages. So quite a few different features that are there already, and I think there's going to be some interesting stuff in the future as well. So usually the DSLA platform is referred to as a risk management platform. However, it has plenty of other use cases, and DSLA will provide users with the ability to verify the real capabilities of the providers. And this data will be stored in sensor proof form in the distributed ledger. The DSLA platform is peer-to-peer. The users will be able to form the liquidity pools and hedges to safeguard themselves from the risks coming from the markets and infrastructure failures. So DSLA will make it possible to monitor the quality of the services and channel the issuance payouts in the cases of any downtime or any service issues. So it's a pretty important project, I feel, because we'll talk about lots of different kind of things going on in space, be that staking, liquidity pools, liquidity mining, impermanent losses, etc. Right? So something like this is very much needed, and this particular protocol or project DSLA came up a lot during our research. We are researching many different projects, and this one always popped up in the research. So we had to obviously dive into it and figure out what was going on. And this particular project for me just seems to make an awful lot of sense considering the world of DeFi that was kind of emerging now. Obviously, we're barely really scraping the surface of DeFi, and it is starting to get an awful lot of traction behind it. So when we talk about decentralized finance, something like a service level agreement, but in a decentralized way, like a decentralized service level agreement, then DSLA definitely seems to fit the model. So this for me is an important project I think has so much potential. It doesn't seem to be performing all that well at the moment, but this is also an interesting time to actually get into this fund, buying coins at super cheap prices and then obviously hodling them for the long hold. Now, obviously, we talk about multi-year kind of timeframes on this channel. I think profits will be made this year with DSLA, but I do think that the next cycle, 2025, is likely to see this project absolutely explode. So during the bear market, this is a particular project of focus for me because I do think this use case is definitely something that we want to see being more utilized in the space, be that for staking, liquidity pools, impermanent losses, or even NFTs and everything to do with DeFi. So I think this project is something that I think lots of people should be doing more research on and fully understand, because I think this one is definitely one to watch out for. With all that being said, though, let's actually jump on into the technicals. Obviously, we have a limited amount of data here. We are using KuCoin because that's what the TradingView software lets me actually utilize, and we haven't gotten too much information on this weekly chart, but we have a high point here of 2.6 cent, and we do have a low down here which came in at the May, which actually saw this down as low as 0.00241. Okay, so we obviously know that there was a good low point and there was a good high point up here. Now, in terms of recovery out of this, well, we've seen that actually anything down here was a good buy zone. Okay, so there's an opportunity. Basically, if you were dropping down below 0.004, that was actually an opportunity to be had. You could argue that actually dropping down into this area here was also pretty good. So basically just south of 5, so that's basically half a cent, was also a pretty good steal. Now, right now we are tracking at 0.007, so 1/7 of a cent, and we're just below our 4.2, sorry, not our 4.236, but our 236 area just here. Okay, so this is an interesting area that we're battling. This is resistance. Now, obviously, there's not too much I can talk about on this weekly chart, but we will just take a look at those extensions. So the first target is 4 cents, second target is 6 cents, then 8, then 10 at the top there. So some progress to be made. A micro cap coin like this, again, it would not take a lot of money to move the needle in the right direction to see these targets get hit. That being said, I do think that this project has serious capabilities to do really well in the future. So one to watch out for there. With that being said, let's jump down into our daily and we'll just expand this up and take a look. So here was our buy zone. We actually had this listed at, just basically under that half a cent. So we had that at 0.00435. And again, they had a small opportunity just in here when we're wicking in, bring in a few days in this buy zone, and then we were out. Moving up, we can obviously see this 236 area, and here this is where the resistance is currently coming in. And again, this is area that we were concentrating on before getting rejected down to the buy zone. So right now, this is an interesting one. We are nice and low. We take a look at the stochastic area here. If I actually get my pencil, we can see that we've moved all right to the upside, but we are looking at a bit of a pullback in the last 3 days. This is correcting our daily stochastic to a pretty decent level here. So plenty of room to grow, but at the moment, there's just not enough volume behind it, and I'm not seeing too much in the way of marketing at the moment either. But the good news is the momentum is low, right? We basically have the volume nice and high during the buys, and then the volumes drop right back. That protects the price as we trade sideways. So right now we need to see a little bit more marketing on this project, but this is the same for pretty much most of the micro cap coins. And with a little bit of marketing, I think we're going to see some pretty good pushes to the upside. This project is doing really well in terms of partnerships and things that they're doing. So check out and do some more research on it if you want to really understand what's going on there. But overall, I think, yeah, we are going to start to see a bit of a push past this 236. And then, of course, we're going to be targeting a few interesting areas. There's going to be a bit of resistance up here at 0.00895. And again, there's going to be a couple more pieces on our journey up to our 382. This is 1.1 cent, okay? So it's a bit of a battle to the to kind of move to the upside. But again, we have this area. This is going to be our first area of battling. That's going to take a little bit of time and patience to get through. This kind of comes in at approximately 1.3, and we look for a closed candle above 1.7. The main one that we look for the big bull signal comes in a closed candle above 2 cent. Anything here is going to be a big bull signal that takes us into price discovery. So again, lots of things to look forward to here on the hourly, on the daily. And let's actually jump down into our hourly. And here you can really see that we are just trading sideways across this line. And here you can see the volumes have just dropped right the way back, but that's okay. We can also see a good motion to the upside originally, pulled back into our oversold area, and now we're looking to push up. So if we can get some volume behind that, we should start to take out this area here. And again, we take a look at where the resistance is currently. It's at 0.00850, okay? So we're looking to kind of move past that area. But again, we have the momentum here. If we can just get that kind of this volume picking up a little bit, we have the space on the relative strength index here to kind of really do that. So not too bad from that kind of regard. If we throw on the Bollinger Bands here, we can see that things are getting nice and tight. We could actually start to see this can move quite significantly. But again, we need to see that marketing come in. We've got the room to grow here on the stochastic, but we need to see the volumes really also move with the DSLA. Overall, with something like this that's not necessarily moving, it's important that we do zoom out. I do that in the case of DSLA here, it would be the daily chart. We have a good idea of where things are going. As long as we track pretty well on the bigger picture, we're going to be doing okay. If we do come back down into the buy zone for whatever reason, I will just be consistently accumulating. I do think this is a project for the long haul, but do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor, so definitely do your research on this one. Again, it's a micro cap coin, so highly volatile. It is one of those projects that tends to suffer the most during a correction, being microcap. Money tends to flow out of microcap coins faster than it does out of things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, for example. They're considered slightly safer. So we have to obviously consider and manage the risks associated. Some people would class microcap coins slightly higher risk. So again, do your own research, dig into it, and see what you think. But for me, I do like this project. I think it has serious potential. And we also caught up with the CEO of DSLA. We did that a little interview a few months ago. So check that out on the channel if you have missed it, and you'll get a little bit more insight as to what is going on there as well. Guys, hopefully you have found this useful and informative. If you have, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you are new, then do subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here. And with that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.